Hello friends, how is everyone doing today? Welcome to my channel. This is Sheree and my channel is Turquoise Dreaming. I make junk journals, paper crafting, all that kind of stuff. So today I have a flip through for you of the science or glue book slash junk journal made from a science book. So these are the goodies that I'll show you in a minute. But yeah, this was a vintage science books that I found at a thrift store. I thought it was cool. I thought the pages were cool. I had used all the pages, and then I had the book cover left. And I said, I want to make a junk journal or a glue book out of this. So I did, and it is finished. So here's the cover, the fabric I used, the 3 signatures sewn in, and the back. And I think it's a really cute cover. It's not very big, but it's not very small. So let me tell you what size it is. It is 6 inches wide, 6 inches, maybe a hair more, and about almost 9 inches tall. Okay, and so let's open her up. So I showed you during the last 2 videos the paper I was using, the Celestial scrapbook or cardstock paper. And I used a piece here, and I think it's really beautiful. Here's that same fabric, and the first page has a sun on it here. You can see the sky here, very pretty. And I have a pocket right here on the inside of the first page. So in here I have, this is an airmail envelope that I made myself out of a printable, and I have a few of these in my stash, and I've had them in there for a long time, and I've used a few, but not very many, so I got that out and put it in here for someone to have fun with. This is a little, this says canceled check record, so this is a little like canceled check organizer divider, and so I put that in here. You can write on the front, you can glue on the back, or whatever you want to do, but it's really just an interesting old piece of ephemera. Here's a card I made from the 6x6 paper that I showed you, or a tag, and it's got the stars. They're kind of glittery, and they're not actually glittery, they're kind of shiny, but they are the stars, so they're supposed to be shiny. And then you can write on the back. I have some eyebrow or eyelash trim here. I always say eyebrow instead of eyelash, but it's eyelash yarn or trim. Then I have a library pocket that you can put somewhere if you would like, on a page, in the front or back cover, just wherever, and you can decorate this. And also a library card that you can decorate, but it's an original library card from a library book. It has lines on the front and back, so you can write on there or whatever you want to do. It does not have a year on it, but everything in here was mostly thrifted except for the scrapbook paper, which I bought new. So nothing is, no digitals except for, well, I said I did print out those envelopes, which I printed them out because I've never found, I think one time I found airmail envelopes. I've used all the ones I found, and you know, so that I wanted to make more, so I did print. It was a free printable I found a long time ago, and made myself some. But this is paper that was dyed with tie-dye dye or ink, and so it came out with that very pretty shaded variegated kind of look there. This is from the Atlas paper. This is just some lined paper. This is from a journal, a travel journal that I had found that I took apart. And these are the pretty pages, lines on the front and back. This is carbon paper right here. So if you write on, if you write on here, this is going to be transferred over to here, whatever you write. So I guess I should warn whoever gets this, if you've never experienced carbon paper. If you write on here, whatever you write on here will be transferred over to this paper. So you got to be careful with that. But it's just an interesting piece of paper that you can have fun with if you want to do something like that. This is a fold out here. This is, just grabbing the tissue. This is a pretty light colored, like, I'm going to call it periwinkle kind of cardstock. This is a little invoice. It's yellow with the green lines, and I like that for the colors. And I just like to put different textures and different types of paper in here, so you can do whatever you want. Write, glue in pictures, make it into a junk journal, make it into a glue book, whatever you want to do. This is an invoice or order form from Waverly, it says right there. This is an envelope, really cool envelope, and I'll show you the other side. The flap is on the other side, but I have a little booklet of these envelopes, but they're not glued together, so they're really cool. And I put one in each signature because they are so cool, and they have like an airmail kind of theme to them. It says via future mail right there. It has some labels on it, but they open up like this, and there's lines inside, so you can write in here. But yeah, so and this is future mail, via future mail right there too. But isn't that cool? And wait till you see the other side, is cool too. This is what I have in the middle of all the signatures. This is a piece of like computer stationery, or printable, where you put it through your printer and you print your letter on here. And I just thought this was pretty for the middle of the signature with the blue and white. And then, okay, here's the other side of the envelope. See, here's the flap where I want to go, and there it matches the other side. And here's, see, the front of this envelope, what's supposed to be the front of it. Aren't those cool? And you'll see the other ones in the other signature. They're all different. And I don't know, I think I may have seen one other person do those in a thrifty video, and that's where I found two of them, and both at thrift stores, and they're two different colors too. One's like that red and white blue kind of theme, and the other one's kind of pastels. But both those kind of those envelopes, like you open up and you write inside. So this is the back half of the second signature. This is the carbon paper. And then I have one more pocket back here that we'll get to in just a second. But lots of fun papers here. Just interesting. This is the atlas, the tie-dye paper. And then here's the back pocket. So in here I have a collaged tag. It's a tall tag. It's sewn around. And on this side, this is security envelope. Here's a place to write. So just a fun tag. And then this is a tag made from the other paper that I was using in here, the 6x6 with these silver butterflies. I think it's so pretty. And then these are two vintage little score sheets, bridge score sheets. So those are in there, in that pocket. I tried to put many things in the pockets, and I have, you'll see I have a really awesome, I pulled out lots of goodies that I haven't used in a while for the goodie pack. So here's the second signature with this pretty paper. Great to glue on, make a focal point, glue on, collage, whatever you want to do. In the first pocket here, I have another collage tag. This one is on cardboard, so you can write on there. And it just has the number 7. I just really liked it. It's from there's a Charles Dickens quote here that you can read when you get it. So, and of course you can decorate the pockets and the pages here. That's what it's all about. This is I'm going to call this the moon phase tag, because this was from the 6x6 paper pack. And of course you can write on the back of that. And then a science related thing I found in my stash was this paper here. It can be if you want to glue it down somewhere, a little kind of flip up, or whatever you want it to be. It could go in a corner, or up in the top or in the middle. But this is Madame Curie, director of Radium Institute, twice winner of the Nobel Prize. So I thought that was appropriate. I had that in my stash when I was looking for ephemera to put in here, and I thought that was very appropriate for a science book. So another tie-dye paper, the atlas, and then some of the same types of papers, different, but from the same types of books and things as in the first signature. So that's what those are. Ledger paper here, the Waverly. I think there's a different color in each one. The first one was the white, this one's the yellow copy, and the pink is in the next signature. Here is the envelope that I was talking about that opens up to a writing space, but here's this one. It's got the red and blue here for like airmail. These look like birds to me. I think they're birds and not planes. But it's got the little stamp and everything here. It says airmail right there. And then here's where you can write inside. Aren't those cute? And then the middle paper. And then the other side of the envelope. Isn't that cute? I just love those. Like I said, I've had them for a while and I just haven't really, I think maybe I used one once and I just kind of forgot about them, and I found them when I was working on this. I was like, oh my goodness, these are so cute. I have to use those. I love them. So here's the back half of the second signature. We did these in the second video where we put some pages together or reinforced just to make sure they are all good. So that's that star, it's a star washi there. I think that turned out really pretty. The atlas, here's that tie-dye paper. Isn't that pretty? And in the back pocket in the second signature, I have another tag here. And this guy looked like he belonged in here. And for some reason, he told me to put him in here, so there he is for you to have fun with. And a little tag, and this had a star on it, so I thought that was cute to go in here. And the next signature, the next celestial paper here. And in this pocket, all types of things in here. Let's see what we have. So I put this, I was looking through my postcards to put some postcards in here. And I found this envelope. This is not, there's postcards somewhere. Oh, it's in the goodie pack, I think. But this is an envelope that I thought was nice to put in here, and you can have fun with. You can glue it together and make it into an envelope or some kind of tuck spot or something, whatever you want to do. But it's an envelope I made out of a book page and then just decorated with some other, another page from probably the same book or another book with the waterway here. And there's the beach. So that is in there. Fun envelope. And another celestial tag there. Writing space on the back. And one of my, this reminded me of a, glittery night sky. So, and stars and things. So I put my little, this is a blackboard type or chalkboard type tag there. And a journaling card. So just, it's fun just to have journaling cards sometimes to write on and do what you want. Make pockets, make tuck spots. And the tie-dye paper in this signature. The atlas, the paper from the old thrifted journal. The Waverly one, and this one is pink. Cardstock, ledger. Here's the other side. Oh, this is the first side of this envelope and this one. Here's the inside. It says PS right there. Red, white, and blue. Here's the other. You can do something here. You can do something here, or you can open it up. Here's what it looks like opened up on this side. So, and then the center paper. I got a vibe when I was making this journal that someone might want to give it to a teacher for an end of year gift. Doesn't that make sense? It could be for anyone, Mother's Day, Father's Day, but I thought, wouldn't it be a perfect gift for a teacher, like especially a science teacher, and an end of year gift, whether it be a male or female, teacher. I think would be good for either one. So I just wanted to throw that out there in case, you're, got that in the back of your mind. I need to get this teacher something. This would be perfect, I think. Here's another moon phase tag. Writing space on the back. And then this is a little, something my friend sent me. That is a old bridge score sheet. So this is the bridge score sheet. She added washi tape and punched holes here. And I added this little beauty label there. So it's just papery, but it's really just a fun piece. And this is a fire extinguisher tag that I found when they came to, how they come if you work in a office building or really anywhere, retail, they do it in the stores too. The fire people, fire marshal people or fire people will come to, the firemen or ladies will come to your place of business and inspect your fire extinguisher, and they put a new tag on there, and I never saw them to throw the old one away before. I never, has seen one in the trash, but this one I saw in the trash. Like, it's clean trash at work, so it wasn't like dirty trash or anything. So I was like, oh my goodness. I've always seen these hanging on the fire extinguishers, and I thought, oh, those are so cool. I wish I could get my hands on some of those. And I got my hands on one right here from my office building where I saw it in the trash and took it out, and now it's a tag in this journal. So I thought that was a fun thing. It's the only one I have, so, and it even has a little, has a reinforcement here, you know, the brown, and then it has a metal reinforcement. So very cool. So that is the whole journal. Let me cut off this string right here. Here's the back, beautiful paper here. Just here's the string coming off the fabric. Let me cut that off. And then, there you go. That is the journal. So I put a lot of fun things in the goodie pack. So let me show you what I put in here. First of all, these are a couple of little strands, and I tried to put them on a tag, but I didn't. So I thought I'll put them in here for someone to use on. I mean, you can use them however you want, but they would be perfect tag toppers, and that's what I wanted to do with them, but I didn't do it. So here's a tag that I had made. This is just like a little pond scene on here. And then this is a balderdash. I have more balderdash score sheets in here, but this is just one. I had this little piece right here. These are from a Smash Book journal pad. If you've ever seen those little journaling, like journal card pads that come with Smash Books or Smash journals, this is from that. This one says, I wish I would have said. These are good journal prompts sometimes. And this one says the word, and you put adjective word there. So the word blank pretty much sums up blank explain. So, and then there's a place for a date. So just fun little things like, you know, cards. And then this is a little piece of a calendar. Here's a coin envelope that of course can be decorated and done with whatever you want. But in here I have a couple of stamps that I actually reached in and pulled these out by just by coincidence. Like I didn't go through my stamps, and I just reached in there and I pulled these out. I was like, oh my goodness, how perfect for a science cover journal. This one says Earth Day, and this one has it says first moon landing. I mean, how perfect. And then I also put in here a few of my vintage Denison labels. These are vintage. I found these at an antique flea market, and I have a box of them, and there's 3 in here, and they're like, if you've ever found these little ones, they are like, most of mine are curled up like that. They like in the box, when I opened the box, like they were never used, but they're in the box like this. So and they still have the gum, you know, they're called gummed labels. So, and like you're supposed to lick them and stick them down or whatever, or wet them. But when I use them, I just put a little glue on there and glue them down, and they just glue down flat, and you have original vintage Denison label. So those are, I put a few of those in there. I thought of that this past week, like, and someone was showing some that they had found at a thrift store or something, and I was like, oh, you know, I need to use mine. I have some of those, and I never used them. They're just there, and I never used them, so there they are. Some more red and white labels. These are, you know, stickers. This is I think this is meant to be like wet and stuck down, but it's a Parcel Post label. Very cool, blue and white. Now these were sent to me in Happy Mail. These are some tickets that, what do they say? Dreyer, Clark, and Dreyer Oil Company. So they're little tickets that can be separated, vintage. I believe they're vintage. I think they're very vintage. This came out of the same book. A little like receipt. Okay. And then I was looking through, you know, a lot of my ephemera and stuff, and I had to put this in here. It's an eye chart. It's a Tim Holtz eye chart on vellum. So that would be fun. Let's see. I'm trying to put things upside down here so that when I turn it back over, everything's right side up. So being that I have got that teacher vibe for this journal, in case somebody does want it for a teacher, I put these notes in here because I was looking through my things, and I ran across this. It says notes, and there's apples on here and lines. I thought, well, wouldn't that be cute for a teacher, boy or girl? And this is another little calendar page. And then this is a little Coke note here. Very cute, 2007. There's a couple of, let's see, let me get them both here. Well, yeah, a couple of Rolodex cards. Oh, here's another blue one. So a few Rolodex cards, a white and 2 blue. These are like the 3x5, like almost postcard size or index card size. And then I put a few, these are sticky, like Post-its. Well, they do say Post-it right there. And it says routing request. So I put a couple of these in here. They're just stuck to this, but they can be peeled off and put wherever you want. But I thought just a fun little journaling space there. So a couple of those are in there. I took all the strips from the cut-offs from the paper and made these little strips for whoever gets this. There's like, I sew 3 of them. They always have 3, and then they can be used for decorating a pocket, the side of a page. I have used them so where I leave them sticking out over the page a little bit, like this, and they act like a tab. See, isn't that pretty? Alone, they look like, oh, what am I going to do with that? But then you put them down, and they just like, oh, wow, that is really cool. I mean, I've used them, and I thought the same thing, like, do I really want to use these? And then I put it down on a page and use them as tabs or whatever decorations, and they're just so cool. So all parts of the, you know, like, here's some of the sparkly gold, here's the stars, here's the moon phases, here's a piece with the butterfly. So they're all from scraps from this journal that I already sewed together for you. And then here are some scraps from the journal that you can do things with. This piece here with some of the gold, a little bit of gold there, but very pretty from the inside of the cover. That's what that's from. And then this is from the purple papers that I put in there, the cardstock light. This, I called it periwinkle. And these are folded in half, so this is that big. So you can make tags or journaling cards or pockets or whatever you want out of that, or this. And then, oh, here's the postcard that I was talking about. So I was looking through my postcards, looking for a postcard, and I had put this in with my postcards, put in a journal. So I thought, okay, I'm going to do it. So this is Portland, and the reason I put this in here is because I was making I made some little notebooks and things out of some of these postcard booklets, but this one was a little messed up. So let me show you. Here's the flap. And here is, see this piece right here is torn, but you can take that off. I could have cut this off and just put the balance in here, but I left it. I mean, this Portland, you can collage with this, and this Portland part here with the lighthouse and the buildings and the clock right there on the street is really cool. So, you know, someone can throw that away or they can use it however they wish, but you get all of these nice postcards with this. And they're double-sided, so you get, like, on this side, 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn that over. You've got pictures on that side. And then here's the one that is torn, this side of it. And then you have another piece over here that gives you some information. And then this right here would be cool to use, too. And you have a label, postage stamp placed there, and this beautiful picture of, apparently it's Portland. So that's a little postcard booklet that I put in here. And I had these in my personal playing cards, not my stash for my crafting, but I recently went through all my personal playing cards and actually put some of them here in my craft room to use. So these were a set, and I don't know where we got these, but they're really cool. They're like almost like someone made them. They're like thick cardstock, and so you can see this was on the top, this piece here. I thought it was pretty, and then this one, 2 of spades, and then they're blank on the back. So they're like journaling cards. I thought, what a perfect, journaling card, and then you can do whatever you want with this side. You could actually color this in, or, add something here, write on it, decorate it. So those are in there. Oops, I'm not putting them upside down again. And then here's a big playing card here that you can have some fun with. And this is just a piece of ephemera, old ephemera that I have. I think I either got this from the antique store that my kids gave me some stuff from an antique store that was closing down, or it was in Happy Meal. I'm not sure which one. But anyway, this is just a vintage piece of ephemera that I thought was really cool. And you can make pockets or decorate, whatever you want to do. It tells about the subject matter here of instruction card for inlay, a 2 harness technique. the Book School of Thread Techniques, New York City, it says right there. There's no date on here, but I thought it was a really cool piece of ephemera. And old and original, you know, authentic. This is a tag that you can do whatever you want with. You can decorate the whole thing. Or whenever I show these, I say it would be, if I didn't want it to be this tall, I would probably make a pocket, just fold this up, this bottom part up. And it's almost like a little library, automatic library pocket. So that's in there. Here's another piece of Tim. There's a couple pieces here of more pieces of Tim Holtz ephemera, which I thought would go along with the science theme, if there is one in here. So this is one of his vellum type things that can be used in here. I mean, you could even just put it right down on the tag or something. But anyway, cool. And another really cool sciencey type thing from Tim Holtz on vellum, periodic chart of the atoms. So isn't that cool? So you have a little, I can say this because my oldest son would love this, and he calls himself a nerd. So you have a nerd in your life. This would be cool for the nerd in your life. And my son, him and his wife call themselves nerds, so because they're into all this kind of stuff. So anyway, my son would love this. But anyway, I thought that was really cool to put in here. Then a couple pieces of note paper. You know, you can always use some vintage note paper, can't you? A few pieces of that, and it's small, so it could be glued down on a page if you need a writing spot somewhere. A clue scorecard, and there's a couple of these. Let's see, two of these. And I got these out of a clue game. They look like copies. I did not make the copy. Someone may have copied them. I don't know. But I did pick this up at a thrift store, just like you see it here. And then this is another scorecard or score sheet from Perquacky. This is original from the game. Like you can tell, it's not copied or anything. But Perquacky score pad. It's got lines on both sides. Here's a couple of Boulder Dash, the whole sheet. Couple of those. This is even, I thought this was really cool. This one has a date on it too. Well, it has a copyright date, 1980. So this is Battleship. Isn't that cool? It's blank on the back. Has a little hole right there. But isn't that awesome? And then the journal paper that I used in there, you know, that I said I got a journal at the thrift store and took it apart. I put some extra paper in there from that, so you've got these pretty papers to fool around with too for those. So lots of nice goodies there, and I will put this into something and it will come along with the journal. So thank you for watching today. I hope you enjoyed the creation and the flip through, and I'm off to my next project, which I showed you when I was working on the pages. Is the cookbook glue book / journal. So I'll see you when I start on that, and have a great day, and I'll see you later.